Yeah. All right, you're welcome back. We apologize for the break in transmission. So sorry about that. So it's still Lagos this morning, and it's still Koporola here in the studio, and Ebuka.
Ebuka is here too.
All right, and then we were discussing about the Bovi. As Bovi condemns secondary schools that allow seniors to punish juniors, and I was just saying that it is not a news. It is not something new that we are hearing that seniors are allowed to actually be punishing the juniors. You hear, okay, seniors in secondary school tell the juniors kneel down, stay there, or they'll be telling them to or beat them or flog them. Actually, I remember when I was in secondary school, and then the proprietress
You're
or
in the
the
junior or the
higher,
senior school then?
let's say junior,
Okay.
or junior first, because obviously I went to the second, the
You started,
senior,
yeah.
started junior. So when I was in junior, I would see seniors actually, punishing the junior ones, either flogging them, or and then the teachers do not really say anything, because in fact they're giving them the authority to actually do so. So Bobby actually has a valid point here by saying that this has to stop. Condemning it is actually a good one. It really has to stop.
It's something that it's not even supposed to be. Yeah, it's just like a ripple effect. Now you see those in SS3, they are free to do whatever they like to. Those in SS2 down to JSS1.
Yeah.
SS2 can do anything they want to do from those down to SS1.
SS1.
Just like that. And imagine you're in SS3. Like you said, the average age of an SS3 student is 16. At 16, what does this person know about discipline?
Yeah.
You don't know the house they are coming from, what their parents have told them, what they've done to them. They'll just come with that anger and unleash on another person's child. So I think it's something that has been happening. In fact, we met it that way. It has been happening like that, but it shouldn't continue. Reality is that many of these things that are happening today, if we think about all these things he's saying, it started from the secondary school. Now, let me explain what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Now, imagine you're in SS3 or you're in SS2. At that particular point, you have this particular power that you can do whatever you like to students. At that point, that's where the name bully comes in.
Yeah.
You call this one, there's a senior in my school, then very wicked somebody. Yes, the senior, those kind of senior that will send you message, they'll give you 100 naira. Tell you to buy something of 300 naira for them. And you will still bring change 100 naira for them again.
Now still you won't go steal.
Now you say, where would I get the money? Say anyhow, and if you don't do it, they'll punish you. So that mentality of that authoritarian spirit comes from there. Yeah. Once they graduate, they go into university, they want to start feeling like that boss man that they are. And if you want to see them behaving like that boss man they are, that's when you see them entering into cults, because it gives them that power that they need once they're in cults. Then the ones that are being bullied, that are looking very timid, now once they now finish from the school, because of they're always like that, once they get into university, they want to align with those kind of people.
Yeah.
So that at least nobody will, I cannot suffer oppression in secondary school and come here to suffer another oppression. So it's always moving like that. So I think it's about time that I think schools need to start looking really into these things. I think it's about time.
School, secondary, schools, going to school is not just about acquiring the certificate. It's about also bringing us up in the right ways, discipline, the right way to act, moral ethics, and the rest. That's the foundation. It is what we are able to see and know in our young days, that's in our secondary school days, that would actually follow us through to tertiary institution and the workspace.
Anyways, let's see. But schools, principals, and proprietors, please take note. And also, the state government should also take note of these things. And the students should not be given that so much power to operate freely, to punish students anyhow they want to. Schools have prefects. Yeah. And I think the labor prefect has that particular right. And some schools, just like my school then, they look for the most brutal students. Not that it was like intellectually sound, but he knows how to drill students because he has affiliation with the Boy Scouts thing that time in secondary school. So they made him the labor prefect. So once you see him, you're already running. There's always this natural fear. Once he comes in your class, you're all dead. So a student like you, hopefully the government have to do something, and schools too have to start taking responsibilities for the actions of most of their students. Moving on now to another entertainment news right here. OAP Dotun slams Afrobeat artists for charging Nigerians in dollars. Now, media personality and video jockey, that's VJ Oladotun Ujolakwe Kayode, popularly known as DO to the TUN, is absolutely puzzled by the fact that Nigerian singers now charge in dollars for their show, even here in Nigeria. Now, he took to his Twitter account to lament about it, stating that it is strange for Nigerian celebrities to charge in dollars here in their home country, where their fans do not earn in dollars. Dotun stressed that Afrobeat artists grew their careers from down up here in Nigeria and charging in dollars, and it is ruining the togetherness that comes with the genre of the music. According to his tweet, the Afrobeat we all built together, now una go use una hand spoil am. You now charge your own people in dollars. Forget to unlock the togetherness. The genre you and your people are quite strange and bizarre. Now, people came at him on social media like, yeah, yes, some are like, yes. In fact, majority agreed with what he's saying, because these days, if you call an artist for a show, they charge you in dollars. And many of them, even you call some DJs too to come and perform, they charge you in dollars, and nobody charges in naira. And
what happens to the Nigerian currency?
And the funny thing is that the show is happening here in Nigeria.
If you're in the state, act like you're in the state, and if you're in Nigeria, act like you're in Nigeria. You should charge with the Nigerian currency and not in dollars. I mean.
Then he furthermore tweeted. He said, "Hype man or hype men and DJs, please adjust your rate card. It is time to cook and clean. Thank you to our wonderful musicians for being so kind and too expensive to book. We will perform your songs on your behalf." That's what he's saying there. So since we call these particular artists, artists, please come and perform. You say, oh, my fee is $5,000 or $10,000. We collect naira. No. I do the dollars, man. Okay. Since it is not like that, what we'll do is that we as hype men, who will come, DJ will play the song, everybody will sing along, and they will still enjoy the performance. So that's what he's trying to say. That's the way it's going right now. So if you are surprised that you go for events and you don't see these artists perform anymore, it's not that they don't want to call. The show promoters are calling them, but they are charging in dollars, which many of them cannot afford in this current economy that we are in right now. So I think I want to agree with them.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, more stories on entertainment is I would rather give my husband a kidney than my father, Regina Daniels says. We remember when Regina Daniels got married to Ian?
Ned Woko.
Yeah, and then there were a lot of conversations around it. Like a lot of people, queried her for getting married to someone who is as old as her father. But now Regina Daniels had come up and said that I would rather give my husband a kidney than my father. The Nigerian actress Regina Daniels has stated in a hypothetical situation, if she was left to choose who to give her kidney to between her father and her husband, she would save her husband. Daniels was asked the make-believe question on the set of a new movie, Switching Places, and without a second thought, she responded nothing, that she would choose to save her husband over her father for the sake of her children. The actress stressed that she'd rather go through the hurt of being without her own father, than her own children. She said, they say a mother's love can outweigh anything. If I have children with my husband, I think it is only right to give my children a future with their father, because I love my children. So I'll starve myself the joy and privileges of having a father, but I will not starve my children. So I can take the pain and let my father go through my children. So I can take the pain and let my father go, but my children will never suffer that same fate. I will save my children's father. Okay, so this is what do we think about this story? Is Regina Daniels being too what do I call it?
People come from different angles and places.
Yeah.
Then you ask about her relationship with her father. Yeah, because many of us know she's always very close to her mom. I've really not personally, I've really not heard so much about
After that.
her and the dad. And you won't blame her when you say her husband. The husband is
Oh, I
very
think
close to
she's
her.
speaking in the place of a mother, though. Being a
Yeah.
mother, yeah.
So waiting men do now. You understand? There's somebody, I think Adekunle God was tweeting that they say, men, please take care of yourselves. Grandma plenty past grandpa. Because yeah, the men die and leave everything. And once they go, the mother enjoys everything. So please. So I'm speaking to myself in future because my own kids still have to take care of me. I'm taking care of my own father. My boy do any, I feel bitter. Anyway, but that's on the lighter note. But then for Regina Daniels, I think she's just speaking from an angle there based on the relationship, like I said, she has with her family, and right now she's very close to the husband as it is.
All right. Let's also take another news here on entertainment. Who knows of the Kanayao? Oh, Kanayao. The
Kanayo.
My apologies.
Be careful.
My
The
apologies.
ritual you.
Don't worry, no feelings me. Alright, the veteran who is popular for his numerous movies roles as a ritualist debunked the false narratives regarding the popular Yahoo Yahoo trend among youth. I think it is something that we all actually know. Rooting that money can be made via rituals and killing people. But today, people are told that the in thing is Yahoo Pro Max, which involves killing someone, eating the heart of the person, and washing it down with NSC. And they believe that you will make money. I don't see any connection between that and making money. Money is made through hard work, he added. Using himself as an example, he noted that the only way to really make money is through hard work and making
Compromise.
hey,
See, I said it.
what's the
English.
name?
Kanayo.
Don't.
He's very outspoken and
Yeah.
he just is compromised out. He's trying to
Yes.
say, yeah.
I laid the foundation of my house in 2015, and in 2016, Globacom, owned by Mike Adenuga, signed me as one of those to be part of a nationwide campaign. It was Odin. The money was huge, so I made a lot of money and built my house. I can say I made a sacrifice to build that house because at that time I had the option of buying a brand new car, 2015 Range Rover. So the sacrifice I made was that I left the Range Rover and completed my house. That was the sacrifice I made jokingly.
You know, this particular statement, so there's a point in saying make sacrifices today.
Yeah.
So I think youth term it as sacrifice. So they just misquoted yes as it is that sacrifice. But he's trying to explain these things. Nigerians, in fact, growing up, many people believe in so much of what they are acting. Once you see Kanye right now, you say ritualist is coming.
Yeah.
We paint them by the kind of movies they act. You see Patience Ozoko as Mama G, you decide this one should be wicked very well. Whereas in reality, they are not like that. They're just playing out the roles that were given to them in the movies. So Kanye coming out to explain, he has been explaining this in the way, say, Kanayo, let's be like Kanayo, because you feel it's just ritual. Once you do the ritual, bam, you start making money. So he's telling people that hard work, because people are just knowing about seeing these things he's doing right now, but he has been doing the work for a long time. Since check way back he started Nollywood, acting in Nollywood, you will see his neck then long like my own that time, as it is. He has been grinding and coming, but people don't see that particular point when you're struggling. It's when the success is not out there. We're like, man, you came from nowhere. Actually, no. There was a somewhere he's coming from. Nobody came from nowhere. So that's just what I'm trying to tell people, that you keep doing the work until one day is already here. So people should stop mistaking. So he's telling people make sacrifices. Is in our case right now, make sacrifices to do your work. We have options. I have an option today to sleep. You understand? I can stay on my bed to sleep, but I'm making the sacrifice to come here and talk to you guys that are watching us right now. So that's one of the sacrifices that we're making. We have other things we could be doing, but then the sacrifice to bear. So that's what we're just trying to explain to those that have ears. Let them hear what the ritualist is saying.
And those that don't have ear, what should they do? Okay.
All right, so let's leave the entertainment for now. We see your comments coming through there. Yeah, Majid, thank you very much for joining once again. Apologies to those that left the last session to come to this session. We apologize for that break. So what's his name again? Emma Samuel was saying, I left you to do the work alone.
Yes,
And
you did, didn't you? But don't worry. It's you and I after the, camera.
Sorry now. Okay. Let's move to foreign. Yes, let's go to the foreign scene. Let's talk about what's going on over there. Now, Israel agrees to daily 4-hour military pauses in Gaza. When I heard the story, I was really, really happy. Now, Israel has agreed to a daily 4-hour humanitarian pauses in the fighting in northern Gaza. This is coming according to the National Security Council spokesman, John Kirby, confirmed that on Thursday. As it is, Kirby announced to reporters that the 4-hour humanitarian pauses will be implemented in northern Gaza beginning Thursday. The Israelis have informed the US there will be no military operations in those areas for the duration of the pauses, and the timing will be announced 3 hours before the pauses begin each day. An Israeli official also confirmed the 4-hour pauses, saying the reprieves are meant to allow people to move to the south of Gaza and obtain food and medicine. The fighting continues, and there will be no ceasefire without the release of our hostages. The Israeli Prime Minister office said in a statement, Israel is allowing safe passage through humanitarian corridors from the northern Gaza Strip to the south, with 50,000 Gazans utilized just yesterday. We once again call on the civilian population of Gaza to evacuate the south. This is good. At least within that break, there will be no shooting, there will be no killing, there will be no bombing. So they say those that want to go out can go out. Those that want to go and take drugs or take food can go. If you want to go and come back at that particular time, even humanitarian services can come in. But don't forget, they say the fighting still continues. So after the 4 hours, boom, the fighting starts again in Gaza as it is. And they have said that they won't stop this fight until all the hostages are released. That they're not going to stop. So the fighting it will continue. Just like here we say Aluta continua. The fighting continues. So we are still appealing for a ceasefire to come, and we have seen that yes, at least there is a break right now. Every day there will be 4 hours break, and one of the good things I like what they're doing is that before the 4 hours break, they say they will announce it 3 hours before, so that everybody will be prepared. That's okay. In the next 2 hours, in the next 3 hours, they will announce that there is a ceasefire that we can all start. In fact, this is that yesterday 50,000 already used that particular means to move out from the north to the south of Gaza. So hopefully we'll keep seeing more positives coming from the fight, and one day it will definitely end as it is.
All right, then let's move on to sports news this morning. The Man City face Chelsea test as pressure built on Ten Hag. The Premier League leaders Manchester City traveled to Chelsea on Sunday with Erling Haaland in ominous form as Arsenal and Tottenham seek to recover from their first defeat of the season. Early season result boosted hopes of a genuine title race, but City were the only team in the top 5 to win last weekend. At the other end of the table, the bottom 4 sides are in danger of being caught adrift even before the season is a third of the way through. AFP Sports picks out 3 talking points ahead of the action in the English top 5.
Now, as it is, we know sports this weekend. We have big games coming up on Sunday. Manchester City will be taking on Chelsea. Big game it is for the club size there. Manchester City in Imperials from winning their last 2 games in the Champions League and also in the Premier League. Last weekend, they won by 6-1 in that game in the Premier League. Chelsea also scoring goals. Chelsea winning by 4-1 against Tottenham Hotspurs on Monday. So this weekend is definitely poised for a fanatic end in that game. On Sunday, Chelsea will be traveling to, or I don't know, I think they should be at home in that game. So Manchester City will be meeting them at the Stamford Bridge. This season, Chelsea this season at home have not been really, really good. And for the likes of Manchester City, They are in impeccable form. Everybody is scoring goals. Everybody in that team is scoring goals as it is. Let's see this weekend. Then for Manchester United, Erik ten Hag is under pressure, losing games, and right now I'm sure the Manchester United fans are not happy with what is going on in the club. Just a couple of days on Wednesday, losing in the UEFA Champions League to Copenhagen. 3-2 after winning or after leading by 2-0. So let's see if they'll be able to bounce back this coming week as it is for Manchester United.
All right, so that is that on that. Let's go on a quick short break, and when we're back, we'll be talking on our main headline for today. Do stay with us. We'll be right back.
100 Nereko, Esambaseko.
Before you go begin the go beg everybody, see this girl. See who they sell water. On the see fine girl, show your face. Why you doing? If they see person they sell water, before you go come DM, come they shout, say you have not eaten since morning.
And I'm in makeup artist, so my name is not by Eniola on Instagram.
Ah, your name is waiting.
Eniola on Instagram.
You be makeup artist.
Yes, I'm a makeup artist.
Are you
I
serious?
don't get supporter, that's why I'm selling bottles water inside traffic.
You dey hear am? That's why she dey do it. She dey sell bottle water. She not dey beg o. Before you go come dey tell me say you have not eaten since morning, you understand? You dey sell aya glass.
Follow me.
Aya go drop your bottle water for front. Before you go begin the go beg everybody. See this girl. See who they sell water. On the see fine girl, show.
Yeah, welcome back. This is still Lagos This Morning, live here on Flip TV, and right now we're flipping into our main talking point for today as it is. Now, you've seen the video. I know everybody have seen this video already. It's trending on social media. Brain Jota, the comedian, skit maker, and just trying to do the Lord's work as the Lord laid in his heart, not knowing that it's not what it is. It is. Let me put it that way. Yeah? I was thinking it was helping a lady, but not knowing the lady is a guy. This cross-dressing things these days, you just don't know who is who. So now as it is, the matter is already everywhere, and he was doing this video just to warn beggars, because he's talking about beggars that comes to people beg in different forms.
Yes.
Different forms of begging.
You see a complete part human going to the streets and requesting for money. Please, when some of them actually come to me, and when I see that you're complete, I will tell you.
Follow me.
Aya go drop.
That's what I'll say. Go and walk.
You understand?
Get some walk.
You see somebody, your two eyes are working, your ears can hear, you have two hands, you have legs, you can walk, you can speak.
So what are you looking for in the streets?
You understand? So then again, so it brings us to the begging we're going to talk about this morning, which is the focal point of the program today. Lawmakers in Lagos State are moving to criminalize street begging. Yes. Now, members of the Lagos State House of Assembly on Tuesday, that was during their plenary, deliberated on the idea of a law to curb street begging across the state. The law, if it comes into existence, will also penalize the encouragement of street begging by residents. In this way, it will be an offense to give alms to a street beggar. The lawmakers said criminal elements disguised as beggars have taken over the streets in the state. According to the statement made by the Speaker of the Lagos State House, Mudashiru Obasa, who described street begging as a menace taking over the state, agreed with the lawmakers at plenary that criminal elements are taking over the streets disguised as beggars. Reacting to the motion brought by Abiodun Orekoya and some of his colleagues, Obasa noted how previous administrations in the state made efforts to curb street begging, but the challenge had not abated. He stressed the need for a law that would criminalize street begging and penalize individuals who give money to beggars on the road. Now, this is the talking point for today, and we're asking you a question as it is. So please, let's have your comments under the comment section, as we have already outlined the points. Lawmakers, the Lagos State lawmakers are making a move to criminalize street begging, meaning if you are caught begging on the streets, you'll be arrested.
And also, if you're caught giving money to the beggars, also
you would also be arrested. So let us get to hear from you. Do you think this is a good or bad move coming from the Lagos State government? We've talked about how begging is in different shapes or form. It could be online, it could be offline. Come in different sizes and shapes.
That online it is also serious. You see a lot of comments on people's posts. Oh, I have not eaten. Please send this, send that. Help me. So a lot of ways that people have actually, implemented to use to beg.
Okay, you can drop your comments under the comment section. So let's just try and run through some of the comments that have come in earlier. We'll still discuss more concerning this particular issue. Majid, good morning, guys. Thank you very much, Majid. We greet you. We greet you too.
Good morning.
Gideon, Kanayo, the Lord of Sacrifice. Gideon, I suspect you. Yeah, I suspect you.
Kanayo has come to say that that is not what he meant. He meant sacrificing one thing for the other. That's
good things, sacrifice
comes from hard work. Yes.
Gideon. Who is there again? Ola Simples. Yes, it is a good move. Okay, you're talking about Lagos State here. You say it is a good move. The government should provide a place for them, like 3 to 5 places in Lagos, and not to be seen on the streets. Anyone that wants to give them anything, let them take it there. Okay, so you're trying to say that the Lagos State government should provide like an IDP camp for beggars. They should keep them there. So anybody that wants to give them anything should go to that place. Do you think that's a good idea?
Well, it's as much as the idea sounds good, but let's look at the other side of it. When we the Lagosians, and how Nigerians, how we can be, we tend to overdo things. So when we know that okay, there's a place so that beggars are meant to go, don't you think that people now start going there posing to be beggars, posing to be physically challenged people, just to get those benefits
as beggars? Like, I look at the issue and I'm like, this is not really really nice as it is. So
what can actually be done?
Okay, let's go on a short break quickly. A quick short break. We'll be right back. We'll keep reading your comments very soon.